Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I do apologize for my tardiness. Y'all would have to blame it on me. I got caught up in a conversation that I thought was going to be a quick conversation. It ended up going a little bit longer, but DC was so patient, which I appreciate her for that. Good morning to Dolly Jean. Good morning to DC, my co host.
Good morning. Hey, anything on these YouTube streets is not gonna not gonna take a minute. You know that.
Yeah, that is true. But I assumed that because I was answering a question and it was only to two people. It was just two people on the panel. It wasn't like it was a crowded panel. It was just two that I was like, oh well, let me get in and get out. Let me just answer this. But then one question led to the next, and all this. But here we are to talk about Big Brother with y'all. Now, DC, I was thinking earlier this morning how we were gonna do this going forward.
Mhm.
I don't know if we should revisit what we spoke about last week first before we get into the nitty gritty of what happened this week, or if we should just go in order like what you do or like what you propose for us to do, and then bring in the stuff as we come along. Specifically, I got to looking at our predictions that we left off last week on, and I wanted to know what you thought. And good morning, Ray Triggs, moderator member. Good morning to Journey on the Go. I apologize to everybody for me and DC being late, y'all. That was my fault, but we here.
All right, my thing is, all right, so only thing we should go back is for the questions that we had, like who we thought was gonna how you call it? Who was gonna get voted off first. Everything else, everybody in the chat or whoever watched our live stream, they should be able to go back and watch the last video that we watched, that we went live stream on,
Okay.
So
So
yeah, so we should just leave. We should.
last week we had predictions. We predicted who we thought was going to be the first voted out. And then yeah, okay. So yeah, the main thing that we predicted for last week was who was going to be the first voted out.
Right. What's up, Cedrica? What's up, Ray Trees? What's up, Patricia?
And I guess
Dollar.
if we go through those predictions, then we would be telling what happened before we get to it. So I guess you're right. So we could just start with Sunday's episode and go from there.
Right. Because we just did a prediction on who was gonna get voted off. Now anything you guys done missed, you just need to go back watch the last video that we posted last week. But
But we also gave our vote on who we thought the accomplice was too. Now I think that's one of
right.
the ones that we could discuss here.
Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah.
Because all right, let's go ahead with the accomplice first. Go ahead.
Okay. So last week for my vote, I voted that Raleigh um was probably the accomplice simply
Mhm.
because of his body language and the way he started acting once that twist was introduced into the game on that premiere night. Now I will put that my note, I said I was right because it appears that many of the house guests felt the same way, but I was wrong because he was not the accomplice. Now
Right.
what did you pick?
I had picked Morgan because in the beginning, Morgan kept on saying, I am the mystery. And
Hmm.
I'm like, wait a minute. She said that in the beginning, like when they first started off. So that's why I thought it was her, but obviously it wasn't.
Obviously, it wasn't. And I will say that I did get to peruse Twitter, and I guess I should. If I would have went to Twitter and got that picture, I could have brought it up in here. But I was pressed for time.
Hmm.
But lo and behold, the beef sector, Lord, the Big Brother sleuths on Twitter, they found a picture of the accomplice, and the person had something up in their pocket. In that very first show, but you would have to be looking damn hard at the person's pants to notice that. But leave it to the people on Twitter to have noticed somebody with something up in their pocket that let them know who it was, and they were correct.
Wow.
So, So yeah, and I'm gonna say good morning to Shadrika, good morning to Patricia Alexander, and
Hey,
sister. Good
Patricia.
morning, everybody. Okay. So now that we talked about our predictions and about the accomplice, we can go ahead and start with Sunday's episode. what did you think? I guess what did you think so far? I took a few notes about it, but primarily, I more so went searching to have notes about the potential alliances that were forming with the people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was really paying attention to Rachel and who Rachel was kind of cozying up to. That's
Yeah.
where my mind was, just to see how she was gonna fare out.
My thing is the way it came on Sunday. It was more like they was trying to figure out who was the what's the thing called, the
The
accomplice. Yeah, and the whole situation, it was like Will he should have kept his mouth shut because he's about to get. If he was, he would have got because he just kept talking and doing stuff. Talking about if they was there and they were by the door and this and that, he was sitting right there. Kino Kino was it was a lot going on with Will at first. So I was like, I know it can't be. It better not be him.
Well, I really didn't pinpoint any of them to be the accomplice. I guess when it came on, I was just observing Rachel and I was just looking at who was hanging with who. One of the
Oh,
keynotes that I did take away is that I do feel like I was kind of spot on in our recap last week because I did say that I felt like Rachel may try to spearhead a female alliance.
hmm.
And lo and behold, Rachel has gotten in good with none other than Amy. And they formed the Mom Squad.
But let me ask you a question while we're on that. Do you think Amy told her?
No, I doubt it. I
Okay.
doubt it.
I hope she don't tell her. I mean, she gonna lose the trust. There's gonna be a trust issue behind it, but she shouldn't tell.
I don't think that Amy would simply because, like what I was telling you last week, the reason why it's not safe is because it could get around. Who knows? One of the stipulations for this twist is probably for them not to be able to say anything. Otherwise,
Hmm.
that's just going to spoil the twist in the game. But not only that, I'm happy. That's what I was getting around to. I'm happy that Rachel done cozied up to her because Rachel is the Big Brother veteran. She
Right.
played in 2 seasons previously, so she know the importance of a power and she know the importance of shutting her mouth.
Yeah, she
So
know the
even if
game.
they got down to the wire and got to the end, and she found out Amy had it the whole time and didn't tell her,
Oh,
Rachel will respect that. Rachel
yeah,
will
true.
respect it. And I think that Rachel commend her for being able to keep a secret because in this game, sometimes you got to keep shit to yourself.
But you know what's funny? I'm gonna go back to my notes as far as like while they was trying to figure out who the accomplice was. It was like, all right, this the first one I said. They said, Will he? I was saying he should have kept his mouth shut. And then Kino, because he sat on the end of the sofa, they
Hmm.
thought it was him that he can reach and do stuff. Then they thought it was Zay body language. Then it was Riley because she went to the bathroom. Now they thinking it's the numbers because it's a girl. You see how they was going all over the place trying to figure out who this accomplice is.
Yes, I do. But I will say that with all of those things, the girl thing was the most strategic way to try to figure it out because it is true. The accomplice is the girl, but then also it's one extra girl in the number. So they were
Right,
on the right track when they looked at it from that angle, but they just couldn't get it together.
right. That was just too funny. I was like, man, if y'all don't sit y'all butts down, that make me nervous up in that camp. The way they be running around trying to figure stuff out.
Hmm. Yeah. But I mean, at that particular point, you just in a world full of strangers and you know absolutely nothing. In a
Right,
game where you need to know everything, but you know nothing. That's when you have to start trying to figure out who is with who is aligned with who is working with who, and
hmm.
move forward in that way.
And then when Amy said it was her, I was like, wow. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't even think Amy. I wasn't even thinking Amy.
didn't think Amy, but now that you mentioned Amy being it on Twitter, yes, I guess they got a clip of Amy and a few of them either like coming down the stairs or something. I know it's by the stairs. And Amy had on like a blouse and like a little, I want to say a blue jean skirt or blue jean shorts or something.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see a slight bulge in her, I think it was her right pocket.
Mm.
Just a slight one though.
But you know, when you watching TV, you're
Who
not
be
paying
looking
attention
that
like that.
hard?
You know, when you watching TV, you're not paying attention to stuff like that.
You not. That's why the Twitter folks had to actually do a still shot of it in order to notice it. But it does make sense because for her to be notified that she is the accomplice before the audience or anybody knew, my thought is they had to pass her off like a piece of paper or something that let her know this information, and she probably had to slip it in her pocket to be undetected with everybody else when they first got in the house. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Yep.
that,
So
that
that's
was.
what they were talking about with that. Now my biggest note for Sunday is with the have not. I think that
Yes, I got to have not. That was my next one.
yeah, the have okay. Yeah, because in this game, it seems that the have-nots had safety, of course,
Yep.
and Rachel, because she was newly put into the game, a late entry, she automatically was a have-not because, um, I guess because she wasn't initially a part of the group.
Right.
And so they are safe, and I do have them listed. So this week it is Rachel, Will, Zach, and Ava. They are
Hmm.
safe this week because they are have nots.
Right. Yep. I got the same ones. So what do you? All right. So right after the have-nots, I got Zach. What about his 10,000? He can be saved. He can save himself during eviction if he give up the 10,000. What would you do?
It really would depend. I mean, because really 10,000 is not a lot of money, and I'm sure that once he pay his taxes on it, it ain't that much.
Right.
But I think it would depend. Like, let's say if within the first, well, no, I think I probably would use it for safety in the game.
Yeah.
I would. Because I was about to say, let's say they try to put him up within the first 5 weeks of the game. Is it worth it trying to use it? But it is worth it trying to use the safety, simply because so much can change over the course of a couple of days up in that house that it
Right.
might be worth risking it and trying to save yourself to see if you could go further later on with your second chance.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I probably use it too.
Specific, Specifically, I just want to let everybody know. So Zach had a secret power that he won in the premiere episode. He won $10,000, but he was told this in private, that he can either keep the $10,000 to spend after the show is over, or if he finds himself in trouble or being put on the block, he can actually trade his $10,000 to buy safety for that particular eviction and that particular week. So pretty much it's the $10,000 prize that he won that could be used either way as safety or just as cash that he could have later on. It's up to him.
I know one thing. If I was him, I wouldn't tell nobody about that because what's gonna happen is they can target him to have make him use it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
So hopefully he don't say nothing about his offer that he got with that 10,000.
I would agree. And not only that, but the thing is, I'm more willing to bet that he probably would say something about his 10,000 because he seemed like one of them new players that just might try to use anything as collateral. He doesn't seem like he is that knowledgeable in the game, but I could be wrong. And good
Hmm.
morning to Goddess V.
Good
I
morning,
could
guys.
be wrong with how he would handle it. For some reason, it's something about Amy that makes me feel like maybe her
Yeah.
age makes me feel like she wouldn't be one of those ones that would talk too much to tell what she got. But a
Right.
lot of these younger people, they act so differently where they might just get the talking, definitely.
Well, I don't know. I mean, she older and all, but I see a lot of things on the YouTube street with these older people. But I'm not gonna go there. Uh, they talk too much, just as well as the young folks. It just depends on the person.
Yeah, but I think it depends on being a super fan as well.
Maybe
Cause
that's
yeah,
true
you
too.
got, I mean, even in comparison, with the way people operate in YouTube, most of the old people that talk a whole lot, they probably ain't been around long enough to see what in the hell you should and shouldn't do. Where I
Mhm.
believe that Amy, let me bring up that list of the ages again because I still have that in here. Let me go get that.
Yeah, I just was like excited when Rachel said they meet the mom squad.
Mhm.
I said, look at the mom squad.
Yeah, okay. So this still the same list from last week, but it looks like Amy is 43 years old. So
Right,
yeah, she up in her 40s. I think with life experience, she know that you don't have to always let your left hand know what your right hand is doing.
right.
Whereas the other dude, what's his name, Zach, he only 27, so he
Mhm.
might he might could talk too much. And then let me see how old Rachel is. Rachel, right? Oh, they don't even have Rachel on here.
Nope.
They don't have Rachel on this list because they didn't know if she was gonna be a part of the cast or not. But I'm almost willing to bet Rachel got to be up in her 40s at this point as well.
Right.
I feel like Rachel was a few years older than I was when she played the game of Big Brother, and she was in the house the two times she was.
JDunn,
So
put the
that's
cast.
why I'm thinking that Amy probably would know better to at least hold something for yourself because this is a game for almost $1 million. Why in the
Mhm.
hell would you go through telling everybody everything that you got?
Because that's how they do. They stuck in the house. They ain't got nothing else to do, so they just like let me go tell somebody. I ain't got nothing. Shit, they better start talking to themselves on the inside. Do me a favor, put the cast members up so the
Okay,
people
hold on one second.
so the
I'm
people.
trying to find. Okay, yep, I'm right. So I knew that Rachel was a couple of years older than me. So Rachel is 40. So Rachel is 40 years old and Amy is 43. So Amy is actually, which that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because Rachel got the experience of the game playing two times, with this being her third time, and she's 40.
Right.
Amy is 43 years old. So she is the oldest, but I think she got wisdom and life experience. Because she is an insurance. I think they said she was an insurance agent. But let me go grab that other picture. That's I guess that's why they call themselves the Mom Squad because they both in their 40s. That
Right.
makes sense now. Okay.
Well, how old is Mickey? How old is she?
Mickey, let me go back to that other picture.
Oh, she's
Mickey is
35.
35. 35. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it would be something if the Mom Squad would be able to incorporate that man Will.
Yeah.
That it's never gonna happen because I'm sure they don't even trust Will. But Will is 50. It would be something if the older people actually developed an alliance and was able to keep that alliance together.
Right.
But something in me make me feel like Will is gonna try to float around with the boys.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, so here is the picture for the cast. So let me go back to my notes screen. So yeah, we just talked about Zach and the money for the safety. So if you had the $10,000 or you could use it for safety in the game, what would you do?
Well, knowing me and knowing I probably won't make it through this whole season, I just keep the money, just whatever, because I already know I'm there. I know I can't do certain things, and I know me, so I keep it because I know at least I'm gonna come out with something. I don't care if
Right.
it's I don't care if it's 5,000, 6,000. I came out with something.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. That makes sense. So now that we done with the advantage with Zach, My next note was about the Mom Squad Alliance, which I was
Hmm.
just saying how I think that that's the one that I'm going to be watching. And if I'm going to be honest, I knew that I was tracking Rachel and I was going to be going for her in one way or another this season.
Hmm.
But now I have to say that with her and Amy, plus Amy having that advantage, so far they seem like my favorite alliance that's been formed so far. And I did take note from watching the episode, but then I also went and checked a couple of vlog spaces as well to get a small list of who aligned with who this week as well. And this is all based on what happened in the episode or what was revealed in the episode. And even with me looking at the little notes of the alliances that have formed on paper, Rachel and Amy are my favorite ones so far.
Right. I like them too. I
Hmm.
do. But for some reason, I like Ava little quirky self. Ava,
Well, as strange as it is, when I look at this list, Ava ain't in no alliance currently.
they
She's
need to they need to get her. She be their kid, one of their kids.
yeah. I don't think if Ava is in some type of alliance, they didn't reveal it on the show
Mm,
because on the show, I'll tell you the alliances so far based on this week, the week of the show, it ended up coming out that Vince and Kelly had a final two, which I think is crazy because how in the hell y'all making a final two and y'all just met?
right.
Right. So Vince and Kelly did a final two together. Then you got Rachel and Amy with the Mom Squad. Then you got a triple threat alliance that has Jimmy, Morgan, and Mickey.
Hmm.
And then there is a guys alliance that has formed with Zay, Keanu, Riley, and Zach.
Oh,
So
that's going.
even with me just reading all those, you see how why I say the Rachel and Amy one seemed like the most appealing one.
Yep.
Because
There's
I have a guys alliance. Every season they have a guys alliance. I'm tired of that.
yeah. I think they the guys alliance thing never lasts.
Oh, sister said Rachel is 40. Okay, thank you, sister. And Maverick is speaking as well.
What's up, Maverick?
But yes, so those were the alliance rundowns that I had took note of so far. But now for the next, oh, did you have anything that you want to say about Rachel and Amy and the Mom Squad?
Oh no, I agree with them. I think I'm gonna stick with Rachel and Amy. I think they're gonna go far, and they need to start recruiting people to. I don't know who I would get. That's be our question. Who you think they're gonna pull in with them?
Well, the one thing I think that goes to my next note. Well, is that my next note? No, it's not my next note, but it's one of the next notes that I did put. Um, I'm thinking with Amy and Rachel, the Mom Squad is gonna be top tier, and they're gonna keep it a secret, I'm sure. But so far, the guy that I see that seemed to be most that Rachel is most taking a liking to is Keanu.
Right.
They starting to create some type of bond with each other, where they spent time together and talked about their family that they and why they playing the game and all this kind of stuff. So I think if they had to have somebody as a third, but I wouldn't call him a third with them at all, but just somebody to try to help them as help them win. He only wouldn't be a bad choice because he seems like a huge competitor.
He
He
seems.
also, in
He
my
seems.
opinion, seems like he would be able to help them with information because remember I told you he is in the guys alliance with Zay, Riley, and Zach. So he probably could feed them some information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he act more genuine. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? He he
Yeah,
act he act genuine. He seemed like he not sneaky.
right. Mm-hmm. I agree. He seems trustworthy so far. And I think I like it because last week I was kind of shading him because I said I didn't even recognize he was even in the game. That's just how much I didn't even, he didn't get that much camera time. But now that he's gotten a little bit more camera time, he almost just remind me of a gentle giant.
Yeah. Yeah. I like. They should. It should be him. And I still say they need to get Ava in with them.
Why the what has Ava done that you keep throwing her up in something? What did she
She a little kid.
what
She a little kid. Hold up. All right.
Oh, let me look at the picture. Hold on, let me come back from my notes and look at the picture. Let me see
I'm trying
who
to get to
the
my
hell
notes.
is God, no. Well, I don't know. I'm looking at her little goofy self like what?
I said she a cookie little lady, little girl.
Let me see. And actually, let me go back to this list and see what she is again. Let's see. Ava. Ava is the painter, the oil painter from Long Island. That's also an art teacher. She 24. Absolutely not. Girl, no, no. She gonna mess up their dang gone game. This
Oh yeah.
24-year-old, because I can only imagine just for her age that she probably gonna be easily swayed. I think she's gonna be trying to fit in with them other young ones that's in their early 20s and stuff. I don't know that I'll be able to trust her with information, especially with that type of money on the line. But I will say that I'm not gonna count her out, DC. I just needed to understand your reasoning on why you keep throwing her name up to
Because
be
she
featured.
like a little, like I said, she's like a quirky. Don't have no alliance. She don't have nobody. Somebody need to pick her up, and I think she'll learn from the older people.
But she don't even look like she would be a comp beast or anything like that, unless I mean, because if you picking people up, they better be able to do something for you. Big brother ain't no charity. Like, boy, she gonna win a competition because she damn sure don't look like she do much sports and stuff.
You said you don't do no.
Unless she is like a whiz kid or like a very very smart, then I would say okay, yeah, maybe, because you always need somebody that that's smart when it comes to brain and the puzzle competitions and stuff like that. You need somebody for that.
Right.
But outside of that, what else? Because you already said that people not even inviting her into the fold. So how is she can't get no information if ain't nobody trying to have her around?
I don't know. I just feel like you know how you had that one person that don't have no friends or nobody there for. I'm just trying to help her out. That's all.
Mm, well,
That's it.
I'm gonna have to just watch her a little bit more to see exactly why you done developed this fondness for her. Because
Yeah.
you gotta be able to give them something, that's for sure. But okay, so you saying about to put her in. Now, what's your next note outside of
My next note, it went straight to Ashley taking that damn shower in the HOH before Vince did, and he was the HOH.
that's my next one too, which I this is what I be talking about when I say that some of these people ain't never watched the game before a day in their life, DC. Because if this girl had watched this game at all, she would have known that that was a
A
no.
no. That was a no.
Right. And see, this is what you would call a rookie mistake. Because had she taken the time to even watch this show at all instead of just showing up to play a game that she ain't never watched before, she would have knew that she shouldn't even be trying to do that. That's the extreme level of disrespect. That's just like eating the HOH food before the HOH get to eat their own food. You see what I'm saying? It's like that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like she. It's like she just. Who told her she could do that? She just did it. She just went straight there and did it.
Hmm. Not only that, but if you remember from last season when we was reviewing it, remember Angela was HOH and she had her charcuterie board, but then when she was a have not somebody in the house,
Yeah.
and you remember it was a big old thing about them eating Angela charcuterie board while she was a have not. So even Even if Ashley would have just watched last season, at least she would have knew better. She ain't watching none of this game. She just there to play and don't even know what she doing.
And then the fact she was in there for 2 hours. Come on. Come on.
That's what. First off, the HOH bathroom. You win HOH to have the luxury of your own bathroom. I don't want nobody's feet up in my shower. I don't want nobody's butt up on my toilet. No, I don't want none of y'all up on my stuff until I know that we friends. Because even every year when I watch Big Brother, I get the heebie-jeebies about that alone.
Yeah,
Because
it's too many
it's
of them
pretty
in there.
much it's pretty much a porta potty up in there. That's a porta.
Yeah. At your own risk.
At your own risk. And so for you not to have even won the prize of being able to have all of this nice amenities of HOH, but you just up in there helping yourself to it without even asking, oh, that's absolutely disrespectful. And if I'm going to be honest, I think she sealed her fate in the game with that. Because had I been a player up in the game, DC, I would throw her up on the block. Anytime that I'm the HOH, I'm throwing her up just because of that alone.
Yeah,
Like
because
something that you can't live down.
she might do that to the next HOH and the next
Well, it's not even about her doing it to the next HOH. I would do it because it would just be the easiest choice so that I don't have to pick anybody else. Like, let's say in 3 weeks, if somebody else win the HOH, they could just be like, well, I'm just gonna throw up Ashley because she used the HOH shower beforehand. I mean, she could just be pretty much an easy go-to, and that way you don't have to ruffle the feathers of anybody else.
Yes, yeah. That's what they was basically saying. They
Mm.
was all saying that.
Oh, I put her up there every single time until she get out. At least then I ain't got to worry about making nobody else mad. And that's the messed up part about it. Because remember last week I was saying that I was trying to go for the black people, but I don't know why in the hell she did that.
Yeah, she did it to herself though. Because my next thing was Ashley being named to be put on the block. Then she keep going to the HOH room. She losing trust in Vince because she thought Vince wasn't gonna put her on the HO. I mean, put her up on the block.
Oh yes, he did make that promise to her. But then you also saw that he lied to her face again, saying that if he would have won a veto, he would use it on her. That's later on in the next notes. But at this particular point, I think she just totally annoyed Vince altogether that he don't want to work with her. Like I honestly don't realize that. I don't think she realized how much that small thing that she did with that shower has totally. I guess this is the best way to put it. You only have one time to make a good first impression. She has given the entire house this first impression of her.
Right.
And I think that nobody's gonna ever forget, so that's gonna make her an easy person to put up each and every week.
Yep. Because the sad part was, like I said, she just kept going in that man's HOH room trying to plead her case when he said, he'll talk to her in a minute, but she kept going back. I'm like, come on now.
Hmm.
You making yourself more targeted right there. Just wait your turn.
And not only that, but when you look at it, it makes me wonder because on this list, she is an attorney. I
Right.
think she says it all. Probably she probably is somewhat elitist and feel like she could just help herself to stuff. But then look at her age, 25. So she the same age as, or almost the same age as Ava, the one that you love. They, mm-mm. That was
I
a
did not say I love Ava.
last year was Angela. Now here come Ava.
Angela made it a long way though, remember?
She did, but that was because people just kept her around because she kept annoying everybody. She did though. But yeah, well, okay. So let me see. So now my other note that I had about Ashley was about Ashley confronting Catherine, where
Oh,
she
yeah.
I guess she went and kind of try to roll up on Catherine and confront Catherine about about, everybody talking about her using that shower. And I think she felt like Catherine was stirring the pot, talking about her in that whole shower
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
And so she tried to confront her. But what she failed to realize is that pissed Catherine off. So I think Catherine about to be gunning for her as well.
Yeah. She done put bad taste in a bunch of their mouths, because how she was annoying after that shower thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She was
Yep.
just annoying. She was just
Yeah, so she definitely got a target on her back. So outside of Ashley, my next note
Let's see.
that I had was about Jimmy. Now Jimmy already kind of rubbing me the wrong way. I don't know what he trying to prove. He
Baby, hold on. What part you on? You did you go to the next? You went to the next one. You
I
went to
was
episode. You went to
well,
episode
I don't
three.
no, I'm just going based on my no, I'm not. I'm going based on my notes.
Okay, because you didn't put like right after that the nominated who they nominated. That was the next thing after the Ashley thing.
Well, but the thing is, Jimmy was up there trying to run Vince HOH.
Oh
So
yeah, he was.
but you ain't noticed that Jimmy was trying to run Vince HOH and trying
Yeah,
to tell
yeah,
Vince.
I did see that. Yeah, I did. I forgot to put that in my notes. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, so that's why my next note is Jimmy, and that's why I'm saying he pissing me off because it ain't your HOH. Let that man get his hands dirty or blood on his hands, whatever they call it. Let him do that on his own. Don't get up there trying to manipulate him or put stuff up in his head about who need to go and who need to leave. Because again, from what I could see, I don't think they up in no type of alliance. I don't believe that they have an alliance together. To me, it just kind of ticked me off because it seemed like he was being overbearing. So that's what I was really putting that he was rubbing me the wrong way, just with how he kind of was coming on strong in that way. But
Yeah,
you can go ahead with your note.
but see, my thing is when it comes to Big Brothers and the HOH, and the first thing the HOH person will say, "Well, so and so didn't come talk to me or nothing," So it's all right to go talk to the HOH, just see where they head at. Oh, okay, I understand, blah blah blah. But to go up there and try to control the HOH, come on now, that's when you mess up.
Yeah, that was the biggest note that I had because so far I have definitely noticed um that Jimmy had an issue with Rachel, and that was in the first episode
Right.
where he said up in the diary room how he that she need to go, but
Yeah.
then now he up there trying to be a puppet master when it comes
Right.
to Vince and how Vince should handle, putting people up. And primarily the fact that they was put up and targeted, that was all Jimmy. I don't know if you realized it, but that was all Jimmy.
What is Jimmy occupation? I can't remember.
Let me grab that slide again. Cause I don't think nobody was even thinking about Zay until Jimmy started coming in kind of stirring the pot. So they is that's the salesperson. 23 years old and he is a salesperson. That's
No,
the
we
one.
talking about Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy is the AI consultant.
Okay.
Hmm.
He's
So
20.
Jimmy is the AI consultant, which is so crazy because last week when we did our predictions about that was gonna make it to the final three, I had Jimmy. Did I have Jimmy in mind? Let me scroll down. Yep, I had Jimmy in mind. And who might make it to the end? I put Jimmy, and now, girl, I can't stand him. I hate that I thought that way about him before, just based on a picture, because there's a few things about him that rub me the wrong way currently.
Yeah, he got a lot of stuff going on with him.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I thought he was gonna be good, but he doing too much. He doing extremely too much, and then if nobody see it, he gonna get everybody out.
I agree. But yeah, so because Jimmy went and started speaking to Vince, that's the reason why you got Vince nominating Zay, Amy, and Ashley. Vince, I don't feel like Vince was gonna originally just go with these ones,
Right.
but it was because Jimmy got inside his head.
Yeah.
And I wish they would have had the common sense to realize, hey, this dude is manipulating you, telling you what to do.
Yeah. But I don't know. Jimmy, I don't think Jimmy gonna last though.
I doubt it. I doubt it, and that's because of what I saw in the next episode.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't think he gonna last.
So now I will say as well that one other note that I have from Sunday is about Vince approaching Kelly for the final two. We now that I think that's silly as hell to be trying to form a final two with these people that you just met that you really don't even know that well.
Right.
He approached her for the final two, and she even was ready to volunteer to get up be a nominee for him. And
Right.
I'm like, are y'all crazy? Both of y'all
Dunn.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
So
that
did
was
you have any more notes from Sunday night's episode?
nah. Last thing I had was the people that was nominated. Zay, Amy, and Ashley. That's it.
Okay, good deal. Yeah, I have them too. So let me go ahead and move on to my notes for episode 3. Let's
Episode 3. Man, I was stuck. I was glued to the TV.
let me see here. I'm trying to, as I'm going through my notes, I'm trying to remove them so that I could check it off to make sure that everything that I done talked about is done. Okay, so now for episode 3, um, my first note was the Bud and Showmances that I saw coming up. Did you have anything?
The first thing I had on my note when Ashley was losing it, when Vince said he was going to pull her off, but he really not. And then Rachel, she's schooling the how to have romance to stay in the game.
Okay, and see, my main note was about Zach and Lauren because I noticed them. I said they could have a potential for a showmance.
Go back to the put the cast members up so we know
Oh,
they know who we talking about.
oh, okay. So Zach and Lauren, it seemed like a showmance is brewing with them. I just took note of that because I need to know that I'm not going for them.
Mhm.
I never root for the showmance. I can't stand the showmances because I feel like it messes up the game. But then also Riley with his crazy self, it seemed like he liked everybody, but specifically he really got seemed to have a crush on Lauren. To where he mentioned it to Rachel about him having a crush on her, and Rachel was telling him to start on a friendship basis and see what happens.
Right.
So that right there is a love triangle in itself. Because if Zach and Lauren are potential showmans and Riley got a crush on Lauren, don't you already see what that the potential for drama? But that just lets me know, yes, it might be drama with all of that, but they not gonna have their head on in the game.
Right. They're gonna be focusing on who gonna get her first.
Correct. But then it made me wonder too, with that stirring up, if that's gonna make Riley and Zach become rivals in the house.
Right.
Like where they gonna start targeting each other so that they could get one of them out of the house to get with Lauren. You see what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it's
It's
potential.
one of them. It's one of them young and the restless things.
Mhm. Yeah, because if both of them want to have a crush on her at the same time, then the only thought would be, well, Riley should start targeting Zach to get Zach out. Then he could have more time with Lauren
Right.
alone without Zach there, and vice versa.
That's gonna be something, boy.
Hmm. Yep. So what note did you have?
The I was talking about how Rachel was schooling them about the romance to stay in the game. She was trying to school them
Mhm.
how to have a romance thing. And then the next one I had Adrian trying to wash. Oh shoot! Did you see Adrian trying to wash his clothes?
Nuh-uh. Well, I mean, I probably saw it, but there was nothing about it that stood out to me.
What stood out to me? Did he put it in the washer or did he put it in the dryer? I kept looking.
Oh,
He didn't
that
know. He didn't know what he was doing with that his laundry. The thing kept beeping. He kept walking back to it. I said, I swear he didn't wash them clothes. I swear he put them in the dryer.
Oh wait, I do remember that little scene where it kept beeping. I honestly was confused why they even put that right there. But I thought it was just like one of those quirky, funny little clips that they probably just put in as
They had to
filler.
put that in there.
Hmm. But I didn't understand what was going on myself. I didn't know. Well, I my next note that I put was related to Jimmy again. So Jimmy, it looked like Jimmy was talking with Zach, um, trying to build a bigger alliance, and this is an alliance with Jimmy, Zach, Rachel, Morgan, Vince, and Riley.
That's the
This is
heavy
that
hitters.
alliance that they call them the heavy hitters. Yes,
Heavy hitters. The
and I
heavy.
think that's entirely too many damn people.
Yes. That's
That's
six
six
people.
people.
Yeah, six people in that. That's not gonna work. Cause
It's
somebody gonna. Well, Rachel already said it. Rachel already said she. They think she ain't part of the line. She ain't with them. She gonna have them believing she with them.
that right there, that part right there, which I was happy that Rachel said that. But that's because Rachel is old school Big Brother. Anytime somebody approach you with an alliance, you say yes regardless.
Right.
Because you ain't trying to piss them people off and you ain't trying to make them people not trust you. The whole reason for a person to approach you to be a part of an alliance is because they feel some type of level of trust.
Right.
You dare not damage that trust and be like, no, I ain't trying to be with y'all. So
Yeah.
she
Cause
did
when
the right thing.
yeah when she said that, I was like, yes. There you go, Rachel. You tell us. You ain't gotta tell them. Tell
Mhm.
us you not part of that state. You ain't with them. Cause when she said when they were saying she was part of, I was like, hmm. I hit the little doggy thing. Hmm. you know.
Well, that's
Yeah.
because I knew that she was just telling them what they wanted to hear. Big Brother is a lot of telling people what they want to hear.
Uh huh.
Once she said that she agreed to it, but that her loyalty was with Amy and the Mom Squad, I knew that was the given because not to mention, oh, Rachel gonna stay up in that alliance with them, and that way she could carry all the information from them over to Amy. It's always a method to it for
But
sure.
yeah, I can't remember which one of them, but somebody already said that they see Amy and Rachel close. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope that don't mess up they game. Cause you know how they run their mouth. Everybody in one house. Somebody gotta be snitching somewhere.
Yeah, but I think the closeness between them wouldn't be too much of a red flag so far because they the same age. I mean,
Yeah.
well, who else they supposed to hang out with? What they want the 43-year-old to hang out with the 20-year-old? They don't have nothing in common.
Yeah. Yeah, but I was happy when she said that because I was like, I know she not gonna stick with the heavy hitters like that. Mm-mm. She
Mhm.
about to get all that info.
Yeah. And outside of that note, my next note was about the Power Veto competition, which was called Campside Caper. It
Yeah,
was a cute little competition. Um, but goodness gracious, I feel like that competition probably took forever in real time. That shit took forever in real time.
yeah, it did. Cause that was a lot they had to figure out with the tires and the, the
Uh-huh.
the footprint, all that stuff was too much. I said they probably was doing that about half a day. Look like.
And see, that's the part of the live feeds that's pretty good when the live feeds are up because I ain't gonna lie, DC. Sometimes you can log into the live feeds and it will be like a screensaver on there.
Mhm,
And that screensaver, it'll be just a Big Brother screensaver that say Bill will be right back.
mhm.
We'll be right back. And it'll stay on like that for about 6, 7 hours. And I kid you not. And it's normally because it's a long competition like that one. Because the fact that it was three different campsites and you had to get three different rules out of the three different things and then go and figure out this, that, and the third, and everybody had that was competing had to do that. Oh,
Yeah.
that definitely took all dang on day.
Yeah, that was crazy. But I liked it because it gave them well, it kept us in suspense, trying to figure out because I at first I thought Zay had it.
Uh-huh.
He was moving kind of fast. And then what's her name came through. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, and I did make note that Ashley won.
Yeah.
Which I honestly wasn't sure who had the potential to win this one. It was pretty much it didn't take much skill or anything in my opinion. So that's why I feel like it was anybody's win to get. It was just about who wanted it bad enough.
Right.
I
Right.
think Ashley knew that her ass was on the line for getting up in that shower.
But hold up. Did she not take another shower while they was waiting for the picking of the veto comp?
Yeah, they seem like they say that she loved taking showers, which is a good thing. But the problem is, well, I guess it could be a good and a bad thing because no lie, DC, but I think they only get like a certain amount of like hot water and stuff like this. I mean, and if she taking 2 hour shower in the HOH competition, then you don't use up all the hot water. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing?
See, me, if I was in there, I would go find the thing you turn the hot water off, the hot water tank.
Girl, you can't turn that mess off. It's 17, 18 people up in that house. You can't
I'm
turn off.
talking about when I see her go in there, I be done turn that joke off on her turn.
Lord. No, the only thing is she just got to be a have not. Which that's another thing. If she doing this with the showers, then she putting a target on her back for them to make her a have not. Because
Right.
have nots can't take a hot shower.
Oh yeah,
When
that's
you a
right.
have not, you don't get no hot shower. It's a cold shower. Period. That's why you notice in the bathroom it's the two separate showers. One is the regular shower and one is the have not shower. Because one shower has access to hot water, the
Hmm.
have not shower is cold showers only.
She
So
need
if
to be a have
anything,
not.
if she start lesson, then they need to just throw her as a have not, and let's see when she only get access to cold water if she going to be taking the shower for as long as she did.
She no, she gonna lose it. She gonna lose her brain. She going in the HOA. I mean, the have nots. The have nots. You know what I'm saying? She would
Uh-huh.
lose it. She would lose it because she ain't gonna be able to take no cold shower.
She ain't gonna have no choice. She ain't gonna have no choice. And when you be the have not, you have to be have not for that full week.
All
So
right.
yeah, but that.
So
Mhm.
so what about Ava talking about Keno is always around when she's around? It's like everywhere she was at, they go Keno. Keno.
I saw when she was talking about that, but again, I didn't notice that. But the episode was edited, so
Yeah.
you wouldn't be able to notice it because I'm like, dang, you just trying to have a problem with him all of a sudden. Because I did see when
Yeah.
she said that, but I don't notice him being everywhere. The
I
few
was
times that I saw him on the episode, he was with Rachel. But
mhm.
I mean, that is something to know because a lot of times when somebody is making themselves appear that often, it's because they paranoid. So
Right.
they always trying to be wherever the group of people are. And that ain't always a good thing in Big Brother because
Right.
then you're going to make people feel annoyed by you or they're going to know that you paranoid. They just might want to get you on up out of there because you up in everybody's space. So I hope he ain't doing all that.
Yeah, I said the same thing because I'm like, come on, no, not him. That's my boy.
I think that was her way of complaining about somebody to have a conversation or be included in something. But that don't always work up in Big Brother because all somebody got to do is go and tell Keenu what in the hell she said, and then now she got a target on her back.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, so Ashley won the veto, and of course she did save herself, which. Why wouldn't she? She
Right.
saved herself with the veto, and Vince ended up putting up Kelly as the replacement nominee.
Right.
But Vince did tell Kelly that she was only a pawn. Plus, I don't know if you know, Vince and Kelly had agreed to use her as a pawn anyway because they trying to use this as a tactic to show the house that they aren't as close as they are and that they are not working together when they really are.
Right.
That's risky though.
But why they look like they can be siblings? I ain't say that, did I?
Let me look at the picture again. Let's see. Vince and Kelly, they don't look alike to me.
I knew you was gonna say that.
No, they definitely don't look alike to me. But I think that you play a dangerous game when you start putting your ally up as a pawn
Yep.
because now if Kelly is ever up at HOH, then Vince owe her. Vince gonna have to put his ass up there because she did it for him.
Yep.
That's where we get tricky when you start playing around like that with your alliance.
Yep.
Because I be damn is if you win HOH and then you put me up as a pawn and I get to stay, then when I become HOH, oh your ass going up DC. You
No, I'm not, because then we're gonna have to fight afterwards.
no, I went up as a pawn for your HOH, so you owe me. Gone up there.
You look, you went there. I didn't put you there. You went. You wanted to do it.
Mm-mm. Well, then if I be a pawn for you and then you turn around and don't want to do the same thing for me, then you my next target.
Oh shit, my bad.
See what
Okay,
I'm saying?
okay, I go up then.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like what? Because if I can't trust you for something simple like this, then I'm gonna have to target you. I'm gonna have to come
Damn,
after you for real.
damn. All right, let's go with Kinu.
Okay.
Kinu, he is not dumb by far. Cause all the lies that was going around about him. Did you
Hmm.
see that?
Yeah, you talk about when he ended up snapping out.
Yes.
But that's good. And you saw essentially it was people talking behind his back. And
Yep.
that's why I say Ava done messed up. Because if word get around to him about what she said about him being everywhere, he is the type that he gonna confront the person. He go right to the source, which ain't a bad thing at all. So
Mm-mm.
she better be careful talking behind that man back.
And then the last note I have is Jimmy called Kinu out and said only thing is fake in that house is his glasses. You saw that shit?
I did.
I
I
said,
did.
was he having a temper tantrum? Was it a temper tantrum?
I think so, but that was telling because, like what I said, I think Rachel, like, if we really call a spade, Jimmy can't stand Rachel. Rachel and Keanu, they are close. So the fact that Jimmy and Keanu are getting into it, I believe that Rachel and Keanu could secretly target Jimmy. After that foolishness that just went down, he could be their next target to get him out. It's almost like go ahead and get him out before he get one of them out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I see that. I
But
see
yeah,
it.
I thought that he was being very, very dramatic in that meeting. But it's a lot of the times the people want to be over dramatic like that. But I'm thinking myself, it's just the first week. It's too soon for all the dramatics.
Yeah, they doing too much already. I mean, like you said, it's the first week, and you're putting yourself out there, and you're saying things, and you're doing things. Come on
Mhm.
now, all in one week.
All in one week. Yep. So now with that, that's pretty much my last note
Yeah,
for that one was about my last note was Ashley winning and using the veto on herself, and
yep,
then Kelly being put up uh yeah, Kelly being put up as the replacement on. And
yeah.
that was my last note about that. Then we move on to episode 4, which episode 4 I don't have too many notes.
I have. Let me see. I got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I got about seven. Mine started off with Jimmy and Kinu made up, but Jimmy's still gunning for him. See, that's the crap I don't like.
Well, I can't say that I dislike it. It's a game.
Yeah, it's a
I
game, but don't be coming. Don't be hugging me from bullshit. Mm-mm.
what they gonna be faking phony, and I think Keanu would be a fool if he believed that Jimmy is over everything. So that I would blame Keanu. If Keanu really believed that Jimmy ain't still after his room, then he's the fool.
True, true that. Because it's like, come on now, this dude over here hugging like, oh Lord, please don't believe this man, please. Because see, how you say Keanu?
Keanu.
Keanu, he more like I said, he's that big squeezy, But yeah, I can come out of character, but I think he believe in people.
But see, if he believed people like that, then again, he can't have been watching this show. If you out of all these, we at season 27 now. Out of all these seasons, if you've been watching, you know damn well not to believe these folks. You know not to believe them.
Yeah. What was your first note?
Um, my first note was that they finally named that guys alliance. That is, the guys alliance had Zay, Keanu, Riley, and Zach. They in Vince HOH room, they ended up adding Vince with them, and they called themselves the Burger Boys.
Yeah.
And it's so funny about the Burger Boys because, of course, we know who ended up getting evicted up out of there. So
Right. We
I
ain't got the part.
feel like that alliance is a fake ass alliance to begin with, because how you form the alliance, get a name to your alliance, but then somebody go packing, this ain't gonna last long.
Mm-mm. Nope. My
Yeah.
second one. My second one was basically on Kelly. Kelly, she was losing it, reminding people about Zach's 10K.
Hmm.
She was losing it because she was on the block, so she's about going crazy. So she kept on reminding everybody about Zach's $10,000 he won in the first episode. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So that was my second one. She just was crying and losing it the whole time instead of trying to keep it together.
Right. Well, but I think that was a silly way for her to even react, because you the one that told him to put you up.
Right.
Next time, don't be so stupid.
Yeah.
She told the man to put her up to let her be the pawn. But then now she acting like that because she up there. But what I will say though, that is to her a testament to her, is when she agreed to be the pawn, she agreed to be the pawn prior to the veto competition, not
Right.
after the veto competition. And I think that's the part that's kind of messed up. Like if I'm gonna do you a solid and be a pawn for you,
Right.
put me in after the veto, at least put me up there so that I could have a chance to compete and win and save myself.
Right. Yeah, she was. Who she? I remember her calling. What she called the dumbbells? Do you remember that part?
Oh, the Burger Boys.
She called them the dumb.
Yeah, because the Burger Boys, they alliance. The reason why they got their alliance together is because they always out there working out.
Right. That's why she called them the dumbbells. I was like,
Yeah, that's
and
why she calling it. Cause, and that's why I say they can't. Ain't no way they could point a finger at Amy and Rachel for always hanging out, because they are both in their 40s and they have stuff in common. Cause they just formed the whole guys alliance because of what they have in common, which is being outside working out and using the gym equipment and all this kind of stuff. And that's typically when they talk game with each other, is when they supposed to be exercising. And so
okay.
that's the reason why she called him the dumbbell.
was funny because she said after she said the dumbbell, she was like, "Ooh," like basically, did I say that? Did I
Uh-huh.
say that out loud? She thought about it after she said it. She said, "No, not like no. You call them the dumbbells." Yeah. What you had next?
I only had two notes for this.
All right. Then I had the Zay going after Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see how he was just up there going back and forth? You know when they was up on the steps on the balcony part on the inside,
Um,
and Zay just kept talking about Rachel and Rachel. They was going back and forth.
well, I do know that they got into it, yes, but that I didn't take a note about that because that's just a part of the game.
Right.
I think that Zay is silly to me to go at Rachel like that because he don't know who he dealing with. But
Right.
he gonna learn.
Yeah, because he kept going after her. I'm like, well, what did she do to you? What made you want to attack her?
Hmm.
I don't recall her doing anything to him to make him attack her like that.
Um, I think it had something to do. I want to say I know it had something to do with this whole Jimmy thing. And remember, Keanu confronting Jimmy about saying his name or tossing his name out there. I think um I think it ended up coming out that maybe Rachel had said something to Keanu about that type of plan. But again, I can't say that I don't know what that have to do with Zay.
Yeah,
But
'cause
I
I
think
don't
Zay
know.
he's a fool, a young fool at that. Because again, that's why I say you need to at least know your opponent and know who you going up against. Because he just don't realize that Rachel ain't scared of nothing.
Right, and she said that too. And
Rachel
then
done played with so many different people, so many different characters over the time that she done been on Big Brother. There ain't no way that he could think that she would be scared of him as a dang on newbie. Because he is the newbie at the end of the day. I think that he probably just wanted to charge her, maybe because of people being starstruck around her.
mhm.
Because I will say they were fanning out, acting like she was a whole celebrity. But of course, if you are a Big Brother fan, you would act like that with Rachel. You would.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to remember what did she do to him. He was just going ham. He was going off on her. And she was like, what, basically brushing him off, whatever. You can say what you want to say. I know who I am, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. But what about Kelly winning the BB Blockbuster?
Well, okay, that's my last note. I put the first blockbuster competition was called Ransom Note. Zay, Kelly, and Amy played, and Kelly won. I was shocked that Kelly won.
Me
Um,
too.
yeah, for some reason when it started, I was thinking that Amy was gonna pull out the win. And I
Me
was
too.
only thinking that Amy was gonna pull out the win because normally when it comes to the BB Blockbuster or a competition like that, the person who is the main target, they ain't got no choice but to win. So I was thinking automatically that it would be Amy that was gonna win that one because she was gonna be the one that had the reason to try to win by any means necessary. But no, she didn't end up winning. Kelly did. Now I think that's still good on Kelly because she got herself safe. But at the same time, I wonder if that's not going to make her a target going forward because now she done proved that she can win something.
Yeah. So much she done did all that crying through the house all that time she had to wait for the competition.
Mm-hmm.
She had to win. What's your next note?
Oh, that's it.
All right, so
Yeah,
Zay.
because on eviction night, I mean, how many notes can you really put? Because the last 30 minutes of the competition is the eviction, and
Yeah,
then the commercial, and then you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Zay went out the house, out the BB house.
Mm-hmm.
But you know,
Yeah.
that's karma. You don't be messing with people. Things come back.
Not only that, you don't be messing with somebody like Rachel.
Right.
Rachel, this her third time there. Ain't no way I just wouldn't do it because she got way too much experience. It's just, I put it like this because
Certain things you don't do.
I hear Penelope up in the background.
Uh-huh.
That's just like Penelope trying to go to college and thinking she about to beat the person that's up in college.
Penelope, you gonna beat the person in college? She said, uh-huh.
See,
Are you gonna beat the person in college?
see, the person in college got junior high experience. Well, the person in college got elementary school experience, junior high experience, and high school experience. So ain't no way Penelope should be thinking she about to beat the person in college. And
According to
that's
her.
how I feel like it was with Zay and Rachel. Zay should have tried to beat somebody in elementary school, not no college person.
Right.
Mhm.
According to Penelope calculation, she said, mm-hmm.
Yes, I heard her say that she gonna beat him.
What that's you. Do you have any more notes? Because I got one more.
No, no, I only had two notes for that episode, just two. And then of course I watched the eviction, but I ain't take no notes about that because we could just talk about that.
Yeah, only thing I had last was how did you feel about Zach? How he was crying so hard. He was so hurt that Zay was out the house.
That would make sense to me because I believe those two were in the alliance together. Let me go back to my notes. Yeah, Zach and Zay were getting close because of the Burger Boys alliance, the All Guys alliance.
Well, he
So
cried
they
so
had a close.
hard.
Remember, them dudes. Remember, I told you they was bonding from working out and the dumbbells. They would work out on the equipment together and talk about their stuff. So essentially, Zach just lost a person out of his alliance. Not to mention, they lost the person out of their alliance on Vince's HOH.
Yeah.
Vince is a part of their alliance too, so they just lost an alliance member. So not only that, but if you really think about it, that male alliance was Zach, Keanu, Riley, Zay, and Vince. So that was five people. They just lost the number with Zay getting put out of there. They lost the number, they lost an alliance member, and it happened on their alliance member's HOH. So that right there just shows how the foundation for this boys alliance is gonna be quite rocky. Because I can only imagine that Zach is probably wondering if Vince knew all along that Zay was the one leaving. You see what I'm saying? Zach probably wondered if those men up in his alliance all knew that Zay was going to be leaving and just didn't tell him anything about it. I mean, it could be so many different things going through his head, like if it was a setup or something.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. All
Because
right, so
how do you know who to trust?
I wouldn't trust nobody.
Hmm.
I wouldn't.
Yeah. So that's why when I saw him crying, I wasn't shocked by it because that they so far it seemed like they have bonded because of them working out in the gym stuff, the exercising, the workout, that type of stuff. They do that together. And honestly, being locked up in that house all day 24/7, that's all you really could do is sleep, eat, or work out. What else you got to do?
Uh huh. And talk too much.
Or talk, yeah.
They
Hmm.
talk too much. That's all those shows. They talk too much. I'm like, y'all tell all y'all business. I
Right.
mean, it's a way of communicating versus telling all your business.
Yeah, and also if I go back to this picture here, let me go back to that other picture. Over here, Zach is 27 and Zay is 23. So Yeah, I could only imagine that they probably did. They probably had some type of closeness, so that's why that was. Was that your last note about it?
Yeah, that was my last note as far as the whole thing. But my last note was when Zach was doing all that crying. I wasn't understanding.
Well, that was an alliance member. That was why.
Yeah, but they just got to know each other. It ain't like they've been friends forever. He was crying like he know this person for a long, long, long time.
But who knows? Maybe they had made a final two.
I still wouldn't cry like that. He was
I was like,
balling.
now
He
see,
was balling.
I don't know. I feel like this. The objective of this game is to keep your alliance people up in that damn house for as long as you can. If the first week of the game you already losing somebody that you thought that you could trust and that's your alliance member, on your other alliance member HOH, it might make you feel suspicious where you're raising an eyebrow. Maybe the crime was a little bit much, but at the end of the day, that's one number that can't vote for him. You gotta always keep it in the back of your mind. Because let's say that Zach ended up being up on the block this coming week. He could at least depended on Zay to make sure that he didn't get voted out, or he could have had Zay vote. Now that vote is down the drain. I believe if Amy would have left this week, Rachel would have cried. If Amy would have got voted out and got evicted, if you think for a second that Rachel would not have cried, oh, you crazy. Because that's Rachel's number one person. So she gonna want Amy there by any means necessary. You see what I'm saying? Oh, DC on mute, y'all, but she probably heard what I was saying.
Yeah, I heard you. The baby was talking. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's all right. But yeah, so that's what I think it was. So yeah, we got through those particular notes there. But outside of that, um, it was I think it was a good start to the week. So far I'm enjoying what I know right now. And I have to be honest, once we end this, I do plan to peek in on the feeds to see what's happened today.
Oh
But
Lord, no, you cheating. Okay.
I pay for these feeds.
Yes. Okay. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say nothing.
you ain't gotta say nothing because I don't watch it until we talk. Like
Okay,
on
cool.
Thursday night after the eviction, I refuse to turn it on. But
Okay.
so that I can do my commentary with you without any spoiler or nothing.
Yeah,
And
because you'll end up accidentally saying, "Did you see?" Oh, no, I didn't.
well, the thing is, I want my opinion and my predictions to be genuine and organic when
Mm-hmm.
we do this. So that's one of the reasons too why I refrain from even looking to see what's going on over there. But the good thing about it is, even once I start watching it, right now, by the time me and you talk again on Saturday, you gonna be done caught up to everything that I might have done thought. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because the show always gonna get you caught up. But I will say that it watching the feeds does give you a little bit more of an insight because I really want to look and see if Kiana really following everybody around like that or if she just making that up.
Right. Because
Like
I
she
don't
just
know either. I just see the parts that she's, when they say he was there and he was there, you know, that's it's kind of weird if he is.
yeah. So I mean that right there, that example of what Ava said is one of those things that the feeds are good for
Mhm.
because then you can know if somebody just lying or not. Like even remember last season with Angela, where Angela was going off on the dude, calling dude crazy eyes and doing the most about him.
Uh-huh.
Being able to tune into the live feed, you really got to see that really hurt that dude feelings. Of course, you saw it with the episode, but no, it really, really hurt his feelings when he talked about it. He was talking about it all day and all night up and through the house because it had hurt his feelings that much.
That's
But
messed.
but you loved Angela even when she did that mess.
I know, right? Shut up.
When you did that. But a lot of the times you really don't get to see the impact of like some of the stuff that they do. Now,
Right.
I guess the next thing that we can do here is let me get my notes together.
Hold on,
What
hold on. I got
what
two questions for the next show.
what two questions?
Yeah, two questions. One,
Uh,
name two. What two people you think that's gonna be targeted to go on the block?
oh no, that's what I'm getting my notes for, girl.
Well, damn.
Yeah, because I gotta type this down to know if it's right or not. Remember last week when we did the predictions, we
Yeah.
wrote it down so that we could see if we was right or not. So now I need to go to my notes and do week two. Week two. Okay, and you said nominations, predictions, nominations, predictions. Okay, so you said who is going to be put on the block, and then what else? Oh, she on mute, y'all.
Name two people. I didn't know. Hold on. Name two people that you think is gonna be evicted.
No, I thought you said nominated.
No, yes. First, all right. We're gonna name some people. Name two people who we think your two and my two that we think are going to block out of three. Right.
Hmm.
Then we're gonna name two people that at least one of them we think going to get evicted out the house.
Okay, 2 out of 3, and then who?
So far, we was wrong. The first one.
Um. So.
Yeah, the first one we was wrong because you said. Let me see who you said.
So I said that Adrian was gonna be voted out first, and then
Yeah,
you
and I
said,
said that.
hmm and so for me, out of the nominees, who I would predict to be put on the block this coming week. Well, of course, that would depend on who won HOH. Um, see, that's why that's always kind of tough when you don't
Yeah,
know
but
who.
see, yeah, we don't need to know. We just gonna just take a educated guess who we think. I got my two,
Okay, which two?
Jimmy and Ashley.
Jimmy and Ashley. And then who you think is going to go?
Most likely, me saying Jimmy. For some
Okay,
reason,
so
Ashley might.
Jimmy being evicted. Jimmy being
Yeah, we only can name one person to get evicted. I think Jimmy.
And see, that ain't a bad prediction right there because Jimmy done got on my nerves this week as well. And actually rubbed everybody the wrong way because of the shower. But let me look back on here just to double check. Mm-mm-mm-mm. I would say I'm thinking Ashley gonna be on that block because of the shower.
That
Um,
shower not gonna leave her soul.
it's not. So let me go ahead and put my note here for that for her. So I'm about to put Ashley, but then I gotta figure out my second person. But let me at least notate Ashley. Because of the shower. Yeah, she did that. That pretty much, like I said, that done sealed her fate up in this game. And let me look at the little chart to see who else. Um, I think I'm going to say
Uh-oh. Don't.
I'm gonna say for some reason I'm gonna say Vince.
Vince.
Yeah, he because he was the first HOH. He made it very clear that he could win the competition. Not to mention he had to go back on his word when it came to Ashley. I believe if Ashley is up on that block, Ashley gonna say he can't be trusted. He told me he wasn't even gonna put me on the block, and he put me up there anyway. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I think she might start ratting him out about how he handled his HOH. Um, and about how he was saying that if he won the veto, he would have saved her when he was really trying to target her. I think it could be all that type of stuff going on. But ultimately, who I see actually leaving will be Ashley.
Ashley.
Yes. Even though I'm saying probably Ashley and Vince, Vince is still a part of that boys alliance.
Yeah.
So I believe that even if Vince is on the block this coming week with Ashley in some way, shape, or form, he got that boys alliance, the dumbbells alliance, the burger boys alliance that will try to keep him safe. Whereas at this particular point, I don't see Ashley got too many people that's gonna be trying to work to keep her safe.
Right.
She done rub everybody the wrong way about the shower. But even when I look at my list of the people that been forming alliances this week, Ashley ain't included in neither one of these lists of the alliances because ain't nobody really trying to talk game with her or play with her like that.
Shit, after what she done did, she set her own self up for that. Like you said,
Mm-hmm.
it all start off when you first get in that house.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yep.
do's and the don'ts. Because you're already setting yourself up. These people don't know you. So if you come in a certain way, they already know what you capable of.
Yep. That's what I feel and what I think so far. That's how it's gonna be. But again, this season it's actually three people that get nominated, of course, and then we not even considering the arena.
Hmm.
So yeah, did you have anything else that you wanted us to predict for next week?
Um, I don't know. They don't. How often they do the slop?
Oh, every week.
Uh,
But the have nots, I don't know that that's something that you could really predict. Now it used to be back in the day, Big Brother, where you could predict because they used to have a have not competition where they
okay.
had to compete in a competition and win the competition in order not to be have nots. But now this year, based on what I saw, the each person get to pick who they want to be a have not.
Okay.
Like basically the way it worked this week, Rachel was already automatically the first have not in exchange for her to be able to be a part of the game. You see what I'm
Right.
saying?
Okay.
And then Rachel picked so and so, and then that person picked so and so, and then that person. So that right there is really hard to say who would be a have not because it's just based on who you pick. Like if
It,
I'm the first have not, then I could be like, okay, well I'm the first have not, so then now I pick DC to be a have not with
and
me.
then we're gonna be fighting again because you shouldn't have did that.
But then once you decide to be a have not, then you could be like, okay, well then I pick Mitri to be a have not with me. And
Right.
then if Mitri, then Mitri will be like, well then I pick so and so.
You
So
yeah.
no, Mitri did email me back. Now, because you was probably about to ask me, I did. I checked my email this morning beforehand, but I didn't email her again since last week. Because I emailed her last week and she didn't respond to the email. So I didn't email her again this week about it. But I'm sure she is aware. She might just be busy or something. Or because she don't, she's not really a content creator per se, then maybe she just passing on the opportunity. But it's always still open if she ever want to join us. I would have thought that she could probably email me, if not leave a comment to let me know. And strangely enough, I only saw her like once or twice this week on YouTube or in a chat. I haven't even been seeing her as often as I used to see her.
Okay. Well, if
Hmm.
I see her on somebody's chat, I ask her.
Yeah, typically I try to look for her when I go to ODS's because I know she is normally a moderator at ODS's. But even the couple of lives that I did see at ODS's, I don't think I remember seeing her there too much.
Hmm.
But I keep my eyes open just in case.
All right, cool. Look, I
Okay.
can't wait for that next episode, man. I'll be so glued. I'll be like, let me get this, let me get my popcorn and my juice.
Hmm. Yeah. It so far it's turning out to be good, but I think it's always good when it's true strategy going.
Mm-hmm.
When it's true strategy. And like I said, I think Rachel is gonna bring a very interesting angle to the season. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. I really believe that Rachel and Amy gonna turn it up on them now that Amy done got safe,
Mm-hmm.
and they saw that they left Amy up on that damn block. They
Yep.
gonna have to turn it up this week in order to make sure that both of them safe. Otherwise, they gonna be sitting ducks. Cause it's something about them feeling comfortable. The people that play the game, how they once somebody done survived the block one time, it's almost like you want to keep using them and keep using them and keep using them. Amy and Rachel gonna have to start winning something, otherwise people gonna keep trying to use Amy to go up there. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. They are. They're going to use her. She going. She. It's like they're gonna keep putting her up there. One, like you say, she. They already. They. You know these people know her and Rachel are close now, because they sit around and chill together all the time. So they're gonna find a reason just to put her up there.
Right.
They're gonna have Rachel. They're gonna have Amy on edge, but they also gonna have Rachel on edge too.
Yeah, that's why I say they're gonna have to win something. Which
Yeah.
Rachel can win. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, Rachel ain't a slouch. In her season, she knew how to win when she needed to win.
Mm-hmm.
But not Amy just gonna have to get some wins under her belt as well.
Yeah.
She gonna have to pull her own weight.
Yep.
Well, yeah. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and bring this recap here for the first week of Big Brother season 27 to a close, y'all. Please like the video if y'all have not. And subscribe, share the video if you have sharing capability. Y'all, we'll be back again next week at 10 a.m. On Saturday morning to give y'all the recap for week 2 of Big Brother. And I guess we'll just go from there. Let me go ahead and take the banner down so that we can give DC the last words. Hold on.
Well, next week it's gonna have to be 11. I gotta go back to my dentist. I got another dentist appointment.
Okay, 11 is fine. My
Yeah.
Saturday's pretty wide open. So I don't we could do 11, and even like how we had to do last week where I was like, well, if you want to do 11:30 or 12, that's fine too.
Okay,
Because
that's cool because I don't have to do feelings. I just got to do a follow up.
okay, because yeah, I just don't want you to be feeling like you got to be in a rush coming from the dentist. But if you want to do 11 again,
Yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be fine because it's at 9.
okay. Well then, yeah. So we'll come back next week then at 11 Eastern Standard Time to do our review about what happens this week coming up.
Okay.
Okay. So
Penelope getting cranky, and her mom and daddy went to a funeral. So
oh, okay. Okay. Well,
you want to
yeah.
say hit the like button? No, she getting sleepy. All right, sorry about that.
No, it's all right. Okay. Well, if you don't have no last word, I'll go ahead and wrap it up
Hold
then.
up, my last words.
Mhm.
That was my last words. I'm just playing. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to both channels. I'm streaming on my channel. I'm on JDunn channel. And we look forward to next week. I mean, I like doing this. This is fun for me though, because I like watching Big Brothers.
Me too.
But anyway, this is DC Kool Aid, and I'm out.
All right, DC. And y'all take care. Be blessed. Don't stress. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.